Hi, welcome to the June reading of the Ocean Oracle. I'm Sue Marty, creator of the deck, and I'd like to just thank you for tuning in and having a listen. So I was getting ready to do this. I was kind of going over in my head, the reading for May, because last month I was so intent. I did it at the end of April that I said it was the April reading all throughout, but and I was going to do that same thing this time, but I caught myself. So it is the reading for June, and I have got no idea where this is going to go. Been trying to feel into the energy, and not that it's all over the place, but there doesn't feel like anything that's definite. So first card, we're just going to see where we go with this one. So it's 41, Turtle, Protection. So generally with that first card, it is the overall energy for the month or for the reading. So we'll have a read and see where that brings us. So the story. He watched, fascinated, as the turtle made her way towards the beach. He was mesmerized by her ancient being and her delicate focus on the task at hand. It was the season of egg-laying for the native turtles. Each year they came from all over the area to lay their eggs on the beach, deep within the sand which offered the eggs protection as they gestated. They trusted the earth in which the eggs were laid to look after their young, to help the eggs develop into what they would become. When the time comes for the eggs to hatch, the mothers return to help their young emerge from the earth, reborn. Earth Mother looks after them until they are ready to enter the world and blesses them with a shell to protect them once they leave her womb. Getting an idea of where this is going. The message is, what are you protecting right now? Do you need to be protected? The instinct that has you in protection mode, is it fear? Do you need to find a safe place to birth an idea? Can you trust someone or something else to nurture what is being birthed from you? Protection can keep you from harm, but may also limit your potential. Be aware of intent. You are protected by Mother Earth, and like a turtle retreating into her shell for protection, allow Mother Earth to be your shell at this time. So I don't know about you, but the thing that comes into my mind is Corona, COVID-19, and in our need to kind of go internally and be protected. And also, like, as the world is kind of coming out of the lockdown, just go tenderly and go gingerly. Like for some people, they will be celebrating that they can go out, and it'll feel like they're regaining a sense of freedom. But for other people, the easing of lockdown comes with questions, possibly some level of fear, and kind of almost like we're not ready to be birthed or to come back into the world. At least that's really how it feels for me. Like I feel like this time, again, totally, naming the white privilege that I have. This time has been like a gift on so many levels, but it also feels like I haven't, anyone that's been through any trauma, the beginning of this kind of not reinvigorated, that's not a great word for it, but it could like rehash the trauma. Like we get that trauma response, which is generally freeze, depending on the trauma and depending on your own self. And I think for a lot of people, when this all started, it was really very much that freeze response. And when you're in that freeze response, it's really hard to move forward. And there was a lot of pressure from, social media, society, like, use this time, produce, be productive. What are you doing? And I think for a lot of people, really, they just needed to kind of go into this shell and like be protected. And now that it's like, safe to come out, like the feeling like, is it safe? And feeling like it's only kind of to that place now that feels safe enough to actually go into some of that creativity and that nurturing and that production and creation. So, and now it's kind of like, I don't know. It's, yeah, I think this is a great card to just remind you to go at your own pace, and you are protected. If you need more time being internal and in a safe space and in a space of nurture and protection from whatever, take it. Definitely take it. Listen to yourself. This is a time to really follow your own instinct and your own gut and your intuition, and and allow what needs to be developed and what needs to grow to do so at your pace or its own pace. Don't give yourself a hard time, and don't compare yourself to others. And yeah, okay, so overall energy for June, or moving into June. And as we come out of this lockdown, it'll be really interesting to come into it with new eyes. I certainly do not want to go back to how it was pre this virus, and just really slowly and gingerly going forward to see how it feels and what feels okay, and to take something on, almost like trying it on for a while. How does this feel? Do I want to move forward? Do I want to move back? Which way do I want to go? And totally being okay with however that looks. So I also want to draw a card, being aware that this, don't want to go on too long, but I want to draw a card, see what energy will support us coming into this next stage, kind of out of our protection. And let's see, nothing's falling out. So, 4, sandbar, drifting. Let's see what that has to say. Starts with a little poem. Oh, to be, let's see, come with me to the sea where we will be, where we can be drifting. Imagine yourself in the deep, clear blue ocean, drifting on your back, supported by the vast sea. Watch the clouds float by. You are at peace in this tranquil place. Out of nowhere, a small squall comes, your peace shattered by a sense of panic. You stop trusting in your ability to float, and your body rigid with a sense of doom, eyes shut tight against the formations in the sky. When you open your eyes, you see you have drifted far from the land. More panic as your awareness shifts from your heart to your head. You feel alone in this place, unsupported in unfamiliar territory. Instinct takes over and you put your feet down, forgetting that you are out of your depth. To find them, land softly on sand. Out in this unknown place, you have arrived at a sandbar, far from where you started, yet completely safe and looked after. Your peace returns as the storm shifts and you're able to make your way safely to shore. The message is, have you been cut loose from your life as you know it? Let go and drift, complete in the knowledge that you're being looked after. Sometimes the way forward is not in a straight line. Allow life's currents to carry you. Trust that where you end up, your feet will firmly touch the ground. A lifeline may be extended to you. Trust the line to guide you safely to where you need to go. All right, so that, I think sandbar coming in to support turtle and protection is really supportive. And you know, it's honoring that this time has been kind of crazy. Like it's, you know, we haven't lived through something like this before, and there's no rule book, there's no right, there's no wrong, and it can certainly feel like we've been cut loose from our life, and just to trust, like, you are being looked after, you are protected, you will come safely to land somewhere, and if you can try to just breathe into that and allow the flow to take you where you need to go, it might be less fearful. Don't know. So anyway, we're gonna leave it there. So yeah, June, like from this, it feels like, not that June may be a turning point, but it's a pivot point. You know, it's we've kind of come through something, and now we've landed, and you get to kind of pivot around, look around. Which way do you want to go? And honestly, I don't think there's any going back. It's not about going past a point and going, you know what, this is too far, I'm gonna turn around and go back. I don't think we can do that. It's just kind of seeing, you know, it reminds me of like on a basketball court, you land, you have the ball, and you pivot around to see where you can throw it. Sometimes it's at the basket for a score. Sometimes it is backwards to somebody behind you that's going forward. But generally it's kind of somewhere moving forward. And you need to just take that time to pivot around and see where you want to go. So, but it feels like that this is a supported time. So, happy June. Thanks for tuning in. More information on the Ocean Oracle and the deck is at theoceanoracle.com. Thanks, and take care of yourselves.